So I want to show everybody today how easy it is to clean out the receptor for your condensate pump line. So this is your receptor right here. All you gotta do to take it out is unscrew this bolt that actually holds on a little tab. Very simple. Then it becomes loose. I usually take a cup, because you might have some water in there, pull off the large tube and drain that water into a cup. Depending on how long your unit's been off, you still might have some water draining out of there. So it's a good idea to put a little towel underneath it just to catch the little bit that's gonna happen there. Now, a while back, I got a little too strong and I broke the tab off of the top of this, so I actually hold it on with a little piece of electrical tape here. But if you do it right, you shouldn't have to do that. And the lid should pop off, and you'll notice inside of it is a magnet. And the only important part, and I'll show this when I put it back together, the only important part to know about this is to make sure that the magnet part is facing up when you put it back in. That was the confusing thing a while back when the mechanical contractor just sent some stuff out and didn't really clarify what it all meant. If the magnet's pointing up, then it'll work correctly. Then you go ahead and pop off the other tube on this side if you want to really get a good clean, which doesn't want to come off right now. There we go. And then you can take this over to your sink and wash it out really good. Bring it back, put that tube on securely again where it was before. And then put it back together. I always take that same rag and wipe this off really well inside too. You see it's got a little bit of gunk on it. It's a little discolored too, so I'm not gonna get it completely clean, but this is what the main problem is whenever you have leaks, is that the magnet gets hung up on this little post that it runs on. And so it doesn't set the pump off like it should. Okay, so make sure that's all nice and clean. Make sure the magnet part, you see there's no magnet there. The magnet, you can see, goes on the top. And then that just goes back on the box. Put your box back up. Put the big tube back on it. And connect the screw back into it just to hold it in place. That's really all there is to it. I do want to show one other thing. People were having some issues with their pumps either being too loud or failing. And I was having the same problem, so I looked into it. This is your pump right here. Early on, people were complaining about noise, and so they came in and they wrapped this entire pump in insulation, which seemed like a good idea. That would make it quieter. Unfortunately, I found when you do that, it made it louder because it made the pump start to fail. And the reason is the pump got extremely hot and there was no place for that heat to go because it was basically wrapped in a blanket. So what I did, I came in, I cut all the insulation away from both sides of the pump, left a little bit in the bracket just to provide a little bit of isolation for the sound. And that took care of my problems. The pump's been very, very quiet. It's been running great. It runs very cool to the touch instead of the fiery hot it was before. And I think it'll help my pump last for quite a few more years. Thanks.